All, all right, I think I am live. Let's make sure that's actually the case. Let's see here. I'm running StreamYard today. I'm waiting for my page here to There we go, I think. So let me check something here. Gotta love StreamYard. They are slow at times, and I apologize. Now, I wanted to get on here today. I actually wanted to run live, so let me do this. Let me send out the actual links. Make sure nothing's going on over here. For a few. Let me see here. Okay, so I posted that there. Let me change accounts here. Just bear with me, folks. I got to see all profiles. Let's see here. Go to paste. See here, public. As it pops up. Let me go back here real fast so everybody knows. All right, so we're back here. Now, as you can see, I'm sitting at home right now. As you can see, the very first, make sure that's right, the very first thing I got posted is a GoFundMe. Now, some of you may or may not know, I've been out of work for almost a month. And this seems to a cautionary tale to better explain. About a month ago, 3 weeks ago, it's been maybe a month next week. I had emergency ulcer surgery. And as the thunder comes in outside, I hope I don't electrocute myself. But this is a cautionary tale. And this is for all salespeople out there, not just selling cars. I'm talking about anybody who's stressed of commission sales. It's where I want to talk today about taking care of yourself. And I know this sounds really, really, really odd, but I think I need to talk to everybody here today about what could happen. Now, in my case, this can be hard for me to talk about. I knew something was wrong for 3 years. And that's actually a long, long time to know something was wrong. Because I knew something was up in my stomach, a lot of bowel movements. I knew, and I had IBS, but we don't know what IBS is. It's irritable bowel syndrome. And that's one of those ones to where you really can't do anything about it. So what can you do? But here's what happened. Super high stress position that I'm in, and other commission sales people are the same way. I neglected for the major signs. And if somebody like me, I've had ulcer issues before in the past. So for me, it was one of those ones to where, oh no, what can you do or you can't do? So it was one of those. So I decided on my own not to do anything. So this actually started, I knew something was wrong a few weeks ago. I was off, it was a Tuesday, and I was actually just had my dinner, and I opened a beer, and I got through half of them and said, something's wrong. Something was seriously, seriously wrong. So I decided so I didn't finish it. So the next day, I go to work, I'm talking to people at work, and it's one of those ones to where, and I think the one person watching right now, I don't know who that is. Everything was fine until about 2 o'clock, and all of a sudden it started throwing up out of nowhere. So I got sent home, obviously, and I called off the next day. And somebody like me, this is one of those ones to where it was the first time I called off work in it'd be 3 years when I called off. And I couldn't hold anything down all day. It was one of those ones to where if I took the blankets off me, I was shivering, but the blankets on me, I was burning up. So Nikila, my wife, told me to go to the hospital. And this is one of those ones to where I was steadfast against it. And I mean totally steadfast. So it was one of those situations to where I did not want to do it. I honestly did not want to do it. So I go to the hospital, explain the situation. Now, at this point, I honestly thought it was a bad case of food poisoning. I really honestly did. So they run some tests. They couldn't figure it out. Now, throughout the whole ulcer situation, so they decided to give me an ultrasound. And at this point, I can barely walk. So I'm in so much pain, I wasn't paying attention. The doctor comes back in. It's like, well, Lance, we're putting you in surgery. I'm thinking to myself, okay. And I said, what, we got surgery Monday morning? Like, no, you're going to surgery right now. They said, why? Like, you're having ulcer surgery. I'm like, wonderful. And from that point on, I can remember signing a waiver or something. Then they gassed me, and I woke up a few hours later. I remember seeing my wife, my little sister I never had sitting there, or standing there, excuse me. They explained to me what happened, and I was just a hot mess for a week, a full-blown week. And it's just one of those ones that's like, ugh. And it came at the absolute worst time. It really honestly did, because I had ran through all my savings because I was just paying some stuff down. And that's why I've been a mess forever. And that's why I ended up doing a GoFundMe, because, you know, bad things happen to really, really, really good people. Everybody knows that. So it was one of those ones to where when I go out and do something, I had to do this kicking and screaming for me to do this, because I don't like to ask nothing from nobody. Because obviously I got bills to pay, I got to pay rent, and the only way I can do this is through donations. But with that being said, I mean, that's why I put it up in the link here, well, in the chat link, and I need to put it down in the description also, so everybody sees it. But I want to talk about this cautionary tale. And this is my suggestion to all of you. You don't have to be commission sales. It's a high stressful job. You felt like the way I did. Go get yourself checked, because you don't want to wait years like me. And I'll show you here too. So I got nothing to hide. I mean, you can see it here. I mean, you see they cut, and I'll be the first person to admit this. I got to take these bandages off, and you see where they poked me here for that tube thing. They cut me open like a can of beans. And I don't like saying that, but it's exactly what they did. And I don't like saying that, but hey, it is what it is. Because it could be something, let's say, for instance, it couldn't be ulcers. Maybe it wasn't be ulcers, for instance. Maybe something more serious. Because in my situation, they found out a whole lot worse, which I'm not going to talk about. But that's exactly what happened. And it's something to where, let's say, for instance, you're feeling, and I'll say, okay, not lightheaded, but let's say, like, you lose feeling on your, like, I lose feeling in this arm from time to time, so I have severe nerve damage. But it's one of those ones to where you don't know. It could be something simple as that, or you could be having a stroke, or you're having severe chest pains. That could be a heart attack, not just really stress. I mean, you don't get in that situation like me, where you found out the hard way by not doing anything what could or could not happen. That's the last thing you want. Don't become another Lance's car life. And I hate saying it that way, but it's one of those ones to where, like, you know what? 90% of the time, your health is way, way, way more important. And always keep that in mind. I don't care what you're doing, how much you're making, your health is 100% important. Bottom line, end the story, end the discussion. Now, what say you? Now, I want, like, say, I want to go on live today to show everybody what was going on, but am I right? Am I wrong? I mean, please share this out because every little bit helps because I'm in a world of trouble right now. But I'm going to get off here. Remember to stay tuned for the next edition of Lance's Car Life.